Okay, y'all. So, I had to create a new space to do this one because I just finished the 24 by 36 and it's taking up my little art table. So I may have to invest in a bigger table, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, so this one is a 14 by 14. The client wanted a square piece to fit in the kitchen. So, this is also a commission piece. It's gonna look exactly like the 24 by 36, but I'm doing a separate video for it to show you how it often comes out on smaller canvases. Sometimes the other colors are more pronounced. Usually people say they want black and white marble, and it ends up being a little gray because of the silver that's added. And when you blow out the white and it mixes with black, it turns gray in some spots. So what I then do is go in and add more black on top of the piece that I already created. So I'll show you a bit of that process here. I can talk a little bit more in this one because this one shouldn't take as long, but we'll see. So in the last video, I added a apple barrel, I think that's what it's called, pouring medium to my white. I think it was Top Notch white. I got it from Joann's. I don't remember. Most of my stuff normally comes from Michael's, but I switch it up according to who has the sale, right? So I'm gonna go in with this one. It'll be easier to get the chunks out of this one because it's a smaller piece. So I don't have to pour all the way to the bottom where the chunks normally settle. Just pouring the white, trying to cover the whole canvas, and I'm probably going to get this all over myself because I have to get really close to do it. And there's one of those chunks we were talking about. So yeah, the apple barrel pouring medium, I think it's just glue. I normally don't use a glue pouring medium. I normally use Liquitex pouring medium, which is transparent and doesn't have chunks. But because I had to do the bigger commission painting, I used the white pouring medium by Apple Barrel. I think I'm saying it right. I think it's Apple Barrel that has, or at least it smells like Elmer's glue. So I could have just used Elmer's glue without chunks, right? I think the problem was that it was drying out in the container, creating those chunks. So I can actually tilt this because it's a smaller canvas, but I don't want to move it and risk that I'll unlevel the painting. So I'm gonna try to back up and do this without knocking the camera over and without dipping the cord to the blow dryer in the actual paint. So let's get Okay, so I'm still seeing a few chunks in this one, but they're easier to see and to remove because the piece is a lot smaller. Hopefully I didn't just jinx myself because I need to go in and add more white. If the canvas is small, I didn't go in and paint the sides because I was expecting to blow it all off the sides, but I missed this corner, a little bit over here and over here, so take some paint that I already had mixed. Same mixture as before. Try to cover the sides a bit. And then try to blow it back even. I have a feeling, because I didn't take these bags down, that this white is gonna seep to my carpet somehow, some way, even though I try to be careful. Okay, so that's all the white that I have left, so I'm not going to use that entire cup. I think it's even enough. I'm just going to go in with the popsicle stick white back to these sides that I just barely missed, but I don't want to pour out all of my paint trying to get these tiny little spots right. And that appleberry mixture makes the paint really runny, really down, really fluid. But that's not the mixture that I normally use. Like I said, I normally use Liquitex and just water and get the same consistency without wasting a whole lot of paint. I feel like this is very wasteful because I won't be able to scrape this up like I normally do and reuse it because my table is loaded. So for right now, I'm just gonna let everything drip off the side. I didn't tape this canvas because I'm hoping everything just runs off since that white is so runny. And I think over time it'll even itself out. So what I'm gonna do is go in with the black. No particular design, because when I blow it out, it's gonna make its own design anyway. I just want the black to be more pronounced than the last painting. In order to do that, I'm sure I just need to make the lines thicker. But again, when you blow it out, it normally turns gray, right? So I just want to have enough on the canvas that it creates the illusion of marbling that I want. So when I do my marbling, I do like I mimic a broken glass pattern in some places, like just making it look like cracks is coming from different lines going in different directions. Because when I blow it out, none of this is gonna matter anyway. Then of course, put more on the corners because it's gonna blow off anyway. At this point, it just looks like I'm a cow. Ooh. Whatever Doja Cat says. So, as you can see, it's already sinking into the white, which is why I don't like the glue base turning gray. When I blow it out, all of that turns gray. It's not my fan. I mean, I'm not a fan. When I did this before, the very first one that I did that the person bought immediately, I used my Artist Loft paint and Liquitex pouring medium and water, and it came out perfect, or as close to perfect as one can be, right? So I definitely don't like the top-notch white paint, and I definitely don't like the apple barrel pouring medium. Sucks. And you can tell it sucks because this black paint isn't even that thin, and the more I put, the more it disappears and run off the canvas. So I'm gonna stop there because I still have other colors to add. I'm gonna go in with some metallic gold. It's a pure gold mixed with, not ancient gold, antique gold. I don't know why I want to say ancient, but it's all the same, right? Just going in and adding it to spots. The reason why you do this while it's wet and just blow it out is because I've seen people do it with it completely dry. And yes, I forgot the torch, guys. Let me go back in. I've seen people do it with it completely dry, and then it just looks like, I don't know, it looks like latex. It's just sitting on top of the canvas, and I hate that look. But you know, some people do what they do. Not to say that mine was perfect, but I prefer my method. Not that y'all like skinny one, because nobody really watches my videos, but whatever. Now the gold it for whatever reason today it decides to bubble up more than the other ones, so I'll torch it after I add the silver and before I blow it out. So this is just a metallic silver. I can't remember the brand, but it came from Walmart, and they're not half bad. The silver also makes the painting turn a bit gray, but it also easily creates cells. And then whatever I don't like, I just go in with a dotting tool and correct. So before I torch and blow it out, I'm just gonna add more black just across the canvas, so hopefully it'll sit on top of the other paint and really get in there. Which I like this side over here, but that's gonna move as soon as I blow it out. Okay. All of these come out differently. This particular client wants crushed glass and glitter, so yeah. Time lapse. Okay guys, I'm gonna leave it there because I don't want to lose the black. So I'm gonna take my dotting tool and break up some of the bigger areas, like all of this gold that just decided to sit on top. I want it there, but I don't want it there because I want it to be able to be seen with the crushed glass. So don't really wipe the dotting tool in between. I clean it after, mainly because I want these colors to mix into each other, but I still want them to be pronounced. Why am I breaking up the cells, you say? Because it's supposed to be a marble painting. I leave some in there just because it's cute. But other than that, like the bigger ones, I try to break up. Usually the ones mixed in with the metallic silver, they dissolve anyway. Each time I do these, they come out differently. So I actually love this one. This one might be my new favorite, but we shall see. I'll take the camera down so y'all can get a better view. I know this is an awkward angle, but this is the space I gotta work with, right? So, oh shoot. Got lazy, let me put that back down. With that getting on my carpet, which is already a mess. Okay guys, take this camera down so y'all can see a better angle. So what I normally do is I normally go ahead and sprinkle the what do you call it? I normally go ahead and sprinkle the glitter on top while it's still wet, so when that it dries, the glitter sticks to it. That way I don't have to use as much glue. These bigger blocks of white I'm going to leave there until I put the crushed glass. So I'm going to try to use those spots to place the crushed glass. Yeah. I think that's it, guys. Yeah, I like this one. Okay guys, like I said, I'm just gonna go in like Salt Bae. Sprinkle. That was more than Salt Bae. And sprinkle the glitter. That was my fault. I forgot to change the setting to the opening of the glitter because I'm using a smaller painting, but you know, the more the merrier. This girl we painting for it. Nice young lady. A little bit more in the center. And that should do it. This will mostly be covered up by crushed glass, so you won't see. Okay. I used a lot of product today, guys. Not that you care, but I'm just saying. Okay, guys, this is the semi-finished product. Okay, sorry y'all, for ventilation purposes, y'all are gonna hear a lot of background noise in this particular clip because I had to move the tripod, the table, and the other piece of artwork that I have over here in the background closer to the window to get proper ventilation because I don't know how well my mask is gonna work. So for this particular painting that I'm working on in this video, I'm going to top coat with Rust-Oleum crystal clear enamel. The client for this particular piece doesn't care whether or not it's like super glossy. I already have a gloss coat on here, which was the Krylon's triple thick crystal clear glaze or something like that. That first can ran out, so I'm going to go over it with this one because A, I want to test it out to see what it's going to look like on my other artwork. And B, I have one can of Krylon's triple thick crystal clear glaze left for the 24 by 36. So if I have to use that entire can, I want to use it on that particular painting. And in this video, I'm going to go ahead and get started shortly. I'm going to use a different glue than what I normally use. I normally use the E600 to glue down my crushed glass. The canvas already has the glitter on it because I put that before the paint dried, just so it will stick without me having to use extra glue. But I'm going to use this for the crushed glass, and I'm still using the Ashland crushed glass in silver. I still have gold left, but the gold is so chunky and it's so hard to clean up afterward. I'm just going to settle for the silver, which I think looks better anyway. I think the gold would be great if they crushed it smaller. So this is what I'm going to go with. Is the Ashland. Everything's probably going to appear backwards because I'm using the front facing camera. So yeah, everything else is going to be time lapse from here. So enjoy.